All right, so the next part of the chapter that we talked about was this idea of the distributive property. Now, distributive property comes from that idea in math that you can actually um, multiply a number that's outside of parentheses uh, to both numbers inside of parentheses and literally distribute that number or sign outside of parentheses. So let's see how that looks like in practice. So let's say, for example, you have this example is one of the examples that's in the unit review. So let's say you have 3 open parentheses 2d plus 4. So the idea here is that you can spread that 3 around. And I even like to actually make a little symbol on the upstairs like this to help me visualize that I'm actually doing that to both numbers. So what is 3 times 2d? Well, that's just 6d. So then I write that on the bottom. And what is 3 times 4? Well, that's just 12. And there you go. You have completed the distributive property. It ain't that crazy. That's how it goes. What if you have a negative sign in there? And that's the second example on the unit review, and we're doing that from the life side over there. And there's always more examples in there if you want to. Be the same kind of thing. We do 5 times 4, which would be 20, and then 5 times negative c, which would be 5c. Okay, this is a 5, not an s. My 5s and my s's look the same. That's bad. Anyways, that is as easy as it gets. One thing I would like to notice, though, is that sometimes you can just have like a negative sign sitting outside like this. And then what do you do to distribute that? Well, remember, if there's no number sitting outside of parentheses, it's as if there is a 1 sitting outside of parentheses. So you can imagine that 1 out there and then do it. -1 times 3 is -3. -1 times -a, well, that's the same thing as negative times negative is positive, so you get positive, and it's just a. So basically what happens when you have a negative number on the outside is you rewrite the inside with the signs flipped. So that's all there is to it. Distributive property is basically multiplying the number outside by both the numbers inside and then adding the results together and creating a mathematical expression in a different format. It's called expanding also. All right, see you in the next video. We're going to talk about going backwards with this, factoring.